Hello everybody, welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about strings, which are the data type that Python uses to store words and letters. So the first thing we can note is that we can use double quotes, print hello, and we can also use single quotes. And this will basically function exactly the same way. They'll both print hello and then print Python. And indeed, there is no difference between the single quote and the double quote. So if we look at A with a double quote, is this equal to A with a single quote? It's going to give us true. So there's no distinction between a character and a string of length 1. Now, if we want, these do matter if we want to put quotes inside of quotes. So let's say we want to print the cow says moo. Well, if we put in a double quote inside of the double quotes, it's not going to realize I'm starting a new quote. It's going to think I'm trying to end the old quote. So here we have to use a single quote, and now the cow is going to say moo. We can also do it the other way around, where we have a single quote on the outside. The horse says, and then in the inside we use a double quote. Neigh. Another workaround is to use the slash. So we can print the cow says slash double quote moo slash double quote and then a double quote to end. And this will also work fine. The following is a bit of a tricky example. We're going to say Bob said, isn't it lovely today? Question mark. But we want to have an apostrophe here, so we use a single slash like that. And now let's take a look at what S looks like. And we see it looks kind of ugly. And as we saw in the last video, you can print something by having it on the last line of a cell, but sometimes it looks better if you do use the print function. And now this looks quite nice. Bob said, isn't it lovely today? Next, let's move on to string manipulation. So string concatenation does work with string literals, which this might be surprising if you're coming to Python from another language such as C++. And perhaps less surprisingly, it also works with string variables. And what's a bit kind of interesting is you can multiply a string by an int. 3 times S will give you dodge, dodge, dodge. It concatenates it thrice. If you want to try to add a string to an int, this is not going to do what we want. This is going to give us an error. This is not going to print 3 blind mice. Instead, we have to convert 3 to a string with the struct command. And now this will print 3 blind mice. And let's put a space in there to make it look extra pretty. All right. So as in most programming languages, strings are indexed starting from 0. So S of 0 is going to give us A. And S of 25 is going to give us the last letter of our string, which is a Z. And S of 13 is going to give us an N. What is brand new in Python, and it's not true in most other languages, S of 1 gives you the last entry. S of -2 gives you the second last entry, and so forth. In particular, S of -26 gives you the 26th last entry, which is the same as the 0th entry. To extract substrings, you use a bracket and then a colon. So we type S bracket 0 colon 13. This gives us the string starting at position 0 up to, but not including position 13. We can also go from S of 14 or 13 up to 25. And this will give us up to, but not including position 25, starting from position 13. And we can even do this with negative indexing. So we can go from S of -10 up to -2. Striding lets us skip over letters. So if we type in S of 0:13:2, this will give us every other letter up to 13, but not including 13. If we wanted to get every other letter for the whole string, we would do S of :::2. And if we wanted to get every fourth, we would do S of ::4. So before we end this video, we should have a big warning about one of the limitations of the string class in Python, which is that you cannot just edit individual items one by one. So this is not going to work. This is because strings are immutable objects, and this is something we'll learn more about later. So a partial workaround is to use the replace function. This is a method of the string class. So we type S equals S.replace A, Z. And now we take a look at S, and we see that we have replaced the A with the Z. All right, so this is where I'm going to stop. I will see you guys again next time.